So that was quick. 1 minute. Facebook Live. Okay, even so we are okay. So Preeti, how are you? Nice to see you.
Same here, Anil. Good to connect with you after a couple of weeks. Um, so I hope whoever's watching this live streaming is also doing well. Now today, I wanted to ask about myself. Like for the last couple of weeks when we were not communicating so much, I was going through a lot of spiritual books and, like I've been listening to a lot of stuffs and um, basically besides the physical aspect and the emotional aspect, I believe a belief system can also impact your health for the better, for the betterment of health. So, can you throw some light on this? Because I feel that spiritual growth involves connecting with our inner selves, finding a meaning and purpose in life. That's what it is. So, I believe that when our emotional health, well being is good enough, then automatically that reflects on our physical health. And we elevate ourselves emotionally, physically, and the belief system also. So I would like you to throw some light on this. It's a question from me, and I'm sure that there are many people out there who will have these kind of questions.
So you said that belief system and spirituality or such kind of thoughts for the betterment, they can be both ways. Either for the betterment or my belief system could be also a block in my growth. So where there is positive growth, so a belief system based on experience, whatever I'm believing, if I believe that this system will bring about peace, if it's not bringing about peace and I'm still following it, something is wrong because it should bring about peace because peace is my inherent quality. That's why we are searching for it. That's why we are searching for happiness. And when we say we, so we, what do we mean by we? My body, my gut. So I use the word my. I separated it already. That this is my telephone, my pencil, my gut, my body. So I mean I'm separate. So that feelings, the thoughts are coming from me, the consciousness, the spirit. And if you know about that very popular research by the Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto, you know about it?
No.
It's very popular, it's very common, so you can search. So that there he showed it that loving positive thoughts or writing or words, which comes from thoughts, first will be thoughts and then words, and then I will write it down, while looking at water in a bottle or kept anywhere in the jar, the molecules crystallized in very beautiful shapes.
Oh,
And
yes, yes, yes.
yes, and
I
when
definitely know this. Yeah.
and so
Mhm.
and the thoughts I was having are of jealousy, hatred, guilt, self-sabotage. So those thoughts, the formation of the molecules were not in beautiful shapes, but they were rather ugly or disorganized shapes. So that shows, and water is just molecule or atoms of hydrogen and oxygen, and four molecules, basic molecules make up this world, that is carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen. All matter we are seeing basically is made from that. So means, and matter and those molecules are also always vibrating. Technically, you can never show a picture of an atom because it's always moving. And 99% of atom is space again. And so our thoughts, our energy is affecting matter. And we just said about water, okay, that was scientifically shown. So our body is made of water molecules. So
Right.
actually, in my system, when we drink water, just to tell you, you can try it now. When I drink water, So whenever you're going to drink, it's a moment to just go calm and be very peaceful, loving, and look at the water, give it loving feeling, peaceful feeling, kind of charge it, and then drink it in. So it mixes with the water in my body because my thoughts, coming from my belief system, my thoughts, my quality of my thoughts will be from what I believe, what I've been told to believe. But are those belief system made from my nursery and kindergarten, my
Mm.
parents? Are they structured from there, or are they structured from the feeling of love and peace from me because it's my quality? So when I'm in touch with my real quality, when I'm away from I appreciate my body I have. We're talking about a health body, but when I'm deep into my spiritual experiences of peace and happiness and wanting that, so I'm having that pure and lovely feeling when I'm seeing everyone as a spirit. So naturally, it's affecting my body, and which we can call psychosomatic and which everyone already knows. But what it is that my quality of my thoughts will release certain kind of neurons in my nervous system, and they will release
Happy
certain
hormones.
chemicals. So depends on
Mm.
so actually my thoughts
Mm.
are creating chemicals. So either
Right.
chemicals which promote health, either
Mm.
chemicals
Small
which create inflammation. So that is so simple. So that
right.
is so simple that yes, and I am thinking continuous. So actually, no matter what we eat, so again, what we are eating, even if it's vegetables, 90% of vegetables are made of water.
Right.
So the experiment comes in there also. So if I'm cooking with love, that ingredient you can't get it from anywhere else. Only you can cook like that, and that if you feed anyone, even a sick person could become healthy. Or when I'm eating with love. So definitely, when we understand this aspect, so we see so many examples of radical remission where there were cancer tumors and doctors said that you can't live, and suddenly they changed because it's very difficult to get a positive belief that I'm going to be okay because the fear is there. I could be saying it from my conscious level, but not from my subconscious level. That is different again. Conscious level is just 1 or 2%. I could be saying it but not believing it because the
Mm.
belief could be connected to the word cancer and fear which has been brought about, health or any health disease. So that inner belief, subconscious, what I'm carrying from many births, that has to be touched and affecting my conscious, what I'm thoughts I'm creating. So that will have an effect on health because it's happening every minute. So we have seen many cases where those tumors just disappeared or
Right.
disease just
So
went
it's
away.
inner healing. Inner
So
healing to trigger
inner
peace
healing,
and
yes.
harmony. Yeah.
Yes. So and science doesn't have any replies for it,
Mm.
no? Because
That's
we
very
can't see
interesting.
that in the microscope
Correct.
because they are
Yeah.
metaphysical. They are beyond the atoms, electron, neutron, or even photon in quantum physics. But it's still matter, and thoughts are not matter. It's an
Yes.
energy.
Even plants, they say, like when you talk to plants, like in a nice way, they grow very healthy and they grow very quickly. On
Lots
the
of
other hand,
research
you
has
say
been done.
negative things, and then they just dry up and they eventually die.
Yes. So they
That's
also
a living
say
being.
in quantum
Mm.
physics that the person who is observing a experiment in quantum physics, the observer's presence can change the result of the experiment. Is
Mm.
having effect because when you're watching,
Yes,
we are
yes.
thinking. So those vibrations are going on and somehow
Mm.
affecting the atoms which are vibrating. Now,
Right.
what we
And
see
energy.
is, yeah, what we
Mm.
see is stationary. Let's say the table in front of you, you see solid, but actually it's not solid, it's vibrating. Or let's say
Mm.
water, you feel it's liquid or ice, so you see that it's solid, but it's not solid because when you put heat, expose it to heat, it turns into vapor. You can't see vapor then after some time. So what happened is the same thing. hydrogen and oxygen, but the molecule frequency change. So thoughts or heat, they can change. So the body is always dependent on. So even when the baby is in the womb, we can't touch it. But what mother is thinking,
Very much, yes.
so no, so the thoughts, even chemically, what she is thinking, she's producing those hormones. We just said happy or hormones are inflammatory hormones, so they are going in the bloodstream to the baby also. So before the baby is being born, also we are affecting it.
Mm. With our thoughts.
Hmm. So the
Yeah. So that
takeaway,
answers.
yeah, the
Yeah.
takeaway is that that is the most actually. So in my coaching, if that aspect is not taken into account or looked into, we are not going to get healthy no matter how much we spend on supplements or organic foods. It does not work. That energy is stored inside. We are storing it in. And whom do we share it with is very difficult because no one is going to trust anyone in the world. We can't share with anyone. Because
Yeah,
for
that's true.
sharing, you have to be exposed totally. So that's why you go to professionals who are not known to us, and there maybe we might share and release that
Absolutely.
energy. So
Mm.
this was one aspect, and same time something of connected to what you're saying. If you want to observe it in nature, so nature and the cells, they also have their own wisdom. So what we just spoke about, what you said now, mm, should be connected to seeing that
The gut health, and yes, of course. Yeah, then the
how.
digestive health.
So, like it's so important to understand, like connecting back to your belief that we have to, maybe I have to take care of everything. I have to manage my body. At the same time, nature and nature's wisdom or our cells, again, my cells, so I'm not the cell, I'm the body, what I've got as a gift, that works on its own. No one knows how. That's what I do. My message is there's that as scientists, people, we come and discover new things every day, but we are only discovering what is already functioning in my body or nature. So there are wonderful examples, let us say, two cells, one from the mother, one from the father, come together and baby is going to be formed. So those two cells become one cell. So how does that one cell know that I have to separate and this is going to be the cell of the brain, this is going to be cell of the heart, this is going to be cell of the legs, and the cell of the heart has to grow to a level where once the heart is big enough, it stops. And what does not stop and what keeps growing, we have discovered, but who is deciding that? How is it happening? Or another example, let us say, stem cells. Stem cells are just cells in a bone marrow just made, and they are not differentiated. It's just made, and that cell will now divide and either become a white blood cell, either become a red blood cell, or either become one of the various white blood cells, and it'll multiply to a certain number, and then it will stop. So where's that? Okay, we can say it's somewhere written in the genetic code, but who made it? It's happening on
Designed
its
by
own.
the creator.
So then why do we think so much for our health and so much for our existence? That is what I do say, that for health, is it that we interfere too much and spoil our health?
We can't control. Basically, what you're trying to say is it's not under our control.
Or maybe we should sometimes, when we are unwell, have the courage to let go and step back, do what is necessary, but believe in nature also, or you can see God or spiritual power. Another example, I'm just giving examples. So I want you to see these examples and convert it to your coaching
Better.
team or community so that they can make use of it. So it's so
Mm.
powerful on its own, everything, how wonderfully it works. Two or three examples, then I'll wait for your questions. Gut microbiome are the bacteria, viruses, fungi, species which are 10 times more than our cells, and they live together with us, and they are fed by us provided we feed them the correct things, and they do a lot of work for us. So we live in existence together in harmony. So now when a baby is going to be born, the baby has to get those gut microbiome. At the moment, it's safe in the placenta, in the womb of the mother, but it needs to be introduced to them because they will train the immune system of the baby to know what is right, what is wrong. The good ones are always with us. And when any bad ones come, they inform the immune system. That's how first 100 years or 100 days, maybe no, it's more than maybe 2-3 years till 7 years, the baby's immune system is getting trained. That's why they always pick up viruses and get sick. And so that is in the mother's womb. So it has to go to the baby now. So that is in our gut. The baby is in the gut. The microbiomes are in the gut. So now from the gut, if it moves into the bloodstream, they are not supposed to be this bacteria, and even the good bacteria is not supposed to be in the bloodstream. If it goes into the bloodstream, mother's immune system will attack it. But somehow it has to be transferred into the baby the moment the baby is born. So yeah, one way of it being transferred is that through the birth canal when the baby is born.
Natural
So
birth, yes.
it picks up certain kind of
Mm.
microbiome, which is that's first time. Second is when it's feeding from the skin, it's touching the mother and picking up. But certain ones are fed through the milk. So how can it reach the milk? So this is how nature is just working on its own. It's happening on its own. We can just discover and talk about it.
Yes.
So the body decides the strains from the thousands of strains, 2 or 3 strains will be picked up, will be transferred into the mother's from the gut into the immune system will like kind of eat it up, the immune system, which is supposed to kill it. But in this case, will kind of engulf it and move into the bloodstream. Now, other immune system cannot catch it because the immune system itself has kept it within itself and will transport it into the mammary glands of the mother. And when the baby will be born, the first moment is taking in the milk, breastfeeding, those gut microbiome will be transferred. So who
Yeah.
designed it? Who planned it? So when it comes to life and health,
Mm.
do we not think too much? Or do we think
We don't think
we
too
have
much.
become too clever?
Yeah.
That's where the problem has come with health. I feel so with
Yeah, it
everything.
is true. It is true. Because that's why they say, like go for like mindful eating, meditation. And when we say that belief system, like everybody has a belief system. And then, like how you express your gratitude every day. All these, like, how do they help? Like many people, like if I meditate, what happens to my health? Like so. Then when you meditate, like you also say some prayers for how grateful you are for whatever you have. Therefore, that generates like those neurons you talked about previously and healthy hormones. And eventually, that impacts our health. So that is why like taking 10 minutes every day to thank your loved ones who are around you, even if you don't tell them, like like think. That's what Anil said, like the thoughts are very important. If you just think for yourself that I'm very grateful for the people around me, I'm grateful for the food that I eat, and then for the love I receive, and for all the blessings. Like most of the time we are only putting on demands: give me this, give me that, give me that, God give me, bless me, a bigger home, a bigger car, a mobile, or a job, or whatever it is. But then sometimes like stop by and thank for all that you have so far in your life. And I think like that releases like all the important chemicals in the body, and therefore that impacts our gut health, our general overall health, emotional, physical as well. So that exactly is what we wanted to highlight and talk about today.
They release one more thing you missed out. You said everything so well,
Mhm.
but when we are saying the prayers or having gratitude with our family, and our phones are not with us, and the television is switched off, and when we are eating, one more thing is released you missed out. What could it be? And if we don't do that, if we're eating in a hurry or
Ah,
when we are
yes.
upset, something is not released.
Something
What
is not released.
something is released when we are eating in gratitude and love, and something is not released when we
Mm.
are eating in a hurry or when we are angry and upset. What could it be? What could it be? So, with what you said, those,
Probably I know, but it's not coming to my mind
yeah,
now.
you know, everyone knows it. Of course, you know it. The digestive enzymes,
Yeah, of course.
the hydrochloric acid, which is in the stomach, needed to digest or unbreak the, um, open up the proteins or digest the fats. Those digestive enzymes will not be released when I am angry. The body will not
That's
waste the energy to make them. The body will think this person is angry, under pressure, stress. Let me release different
true.
hormones for him,
Fight or flight.
neuropeptides. Yes.
Mm.
So next time when you or your clients or community is angry, it is very much advisable they don't eat then.
Yes.
That food
And
won't be
eating in a rush
digested.
also. In an office atmosphere, most of the time I had lunch under a lot of pressure, like there is time, only 10 minutes left, and someone's calling, messaging, and then you're constantly checking your phones, and you're just like you don't even realize that food is going inside, just eat for the sake of it.
Yes.
And yeah, so that also is not a healthy thing. Like most people do that in this day and age.
So if
Technology is like, yeah,
hmm,
it's become part of our lives. Replying on WhatsApp, sending messages, watching TV,
so
watching
these yes.
disturbing news. Yeah.
So
Yes.
this is such a simple step. People just don't value it. But if I can't digest my food, I won't get the nutrients into my cells, which we already saw uh, working in with such a pattern that we can never comprehend the wisdom. But if they don't have nutrients, they can't work. So my
Right.
body then doesn't function. It's so simple also. And when and my gut microbiome does not need undigested food too early. It has to get the food at certain steps when it is in the correct conditions. So when it gets undigested food, we have gas and bloating, the beginning of all those problems, the gut problems. So for everyone, it's important, and for a mother or for who's going to give birth. So it's more important for her to be happy, relaxed. But nowadays, sometimes they're under pressure and stress also, very much
Yeah.
before. So the baby is coming out with a certain belief already of tension, pressure, and yes. And we are also
Amazing. So,
now
yeah.
again become over smart. So we have made and produced so many things, manufactured. It's all consumerism for our comfort. Everything is for comfort, and all those things are come under the category of what do you call forever chemicals. There are certain kind of plastics. Forever means they can't be biodegradable. They can't degrade. So when we have them, they're toxins. They get lodged in tissues. So the mothers are already getting exposed. And the research was done on mother's milk. It was very
It's
toxic.
toxic.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but it's all coming from just thoughts. Again, if I'm producing stuff which is harmful, it's also coming from belief system of thoughts of greed. For the company is manufacturing all that out of greed, out of competition. They have to survive. So we keep looking for new products to sell. So it all can come back to your first question of my quality of my thought beliefs, that if I
Toxic.
believe there is competition, I must survive, I must earn more, I must have bigger, bigger, bigger. So then I'm led to do all those things.
Right. So that was very good piece of information, and For me, it's morning, so it's a good morning dose that I received from you, and it's a very generally we don't talk about all this, like we don't dive deep in. And today we had the opportunity to see like how our belief system, our thoughts, and the whole body is connected, and from the birth of a child till we become adults. So yeah, I think
But
like we answered by
unfortunately,
saying so many things, many questions were answered.
okay.
Like
But if one goes
the
more
questions were
deep,
very less, but yeah,
okay, one goes more
it was
deep into
pretty
the
detailed.
belief system,
Mm.
those very belief systems are the cause of tension and hatred among people. Your belief system could be different, mine could be different, has become different. So we are ready to kill each other. So is that belief, what is the correct belief system? That is a question. From where is the belief system being formed? If it is being formed from the way I appear or where I've been born or what passport I've got, if that is the springboard of the belief system, it leads to war, what is happening in the world. But if the belief system is coming out of the inner true self of peace and happiness, which all are same, then that belief system will bring about love and compassion and mercy and upliftment for everyone. So
Yeah.
we have to
So
see that
basically, know yourself, and
to know ourselves
what
correctly.
Anil is trying to say is the positive belief system gives positive results. Like
The true
positive
beliefs, the
belief
true
is
belief system.
positivity is equal to positive. Yeah.
Everyone could say
Yeah.
their belief system is positive. So let's say the true
Yes.
belief system, which should give them
True belief
happiness and
system.
joy. The true belief
Yeah.
system, which should give them happiness and joy. Because you have to
Mm.
know the barometer to check.
Difference. Yeah.
Am I happy? Am I peaceful? So that is maybe emanating from the true source, which everyone has
Mm.
it. But we lost
Right.
it because we were taught different from the moment we are entering the nursery schools, or even maybe our parents or everyone, because it follows down. But if you go right back, then it comes from that true search of peace, happiness, because that's the inherent quality. And in that level, our body can't have any disease. It's not possible because disease is a reflection of my spiritual or conscious level state of which frequency I'm living in. It's so simple. If that is
Mm.
just in that perfect stage, there will be no doctors, there will be no hospitals, they won't be needed, there'll be no war. So the entire shift in the belief system, if coming from the true, which belongs to all, brings about can or will bring about a shift in the whole world. So no
Yes,
disease then.
that's
So there's
true.
one way
Mm.
of having no gut problems,
Yeah. Okay.
no toxins.
So you mean to say find your true belief system and then work backwards.
Yes, you
That's
have
the
to
best way
find
of
it
doing it.
yourself.
Yeah.
If you if whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. If you're feeling peaceful and happy and loving feeling towards everyone, no hatred, no jealousy, means you're in the correct place. If you're promoting a positive belief system, you say, correct belief system, you say, but there is jealousy, you're ready to kill the other person in a second, something is wrong.
Correct.
How can you kill anyone? How can you even touch anyone to hurt anyone? It's not possible.
Yeah.
So you
Okay,
feel
so
that
with
will
that,
help your people to eat healthy foods? Do
it
you
should
think this
help.
this talk is connected somehow for people to connect with health?
Of course, of course, it is connected.
Okay.
So, so that was a good piece of wisdom also more than the health advice. Uh, Thank you, and I hope that everyone gained some information, plenty of information to, like ponder upon and make some good lifestyle changes and make changes with yourself for the betterment of your mind, your body, and your health. So thanks, Anil. Thank you for another lovely
Thank
session.
you, Preeti. So I look forward to having more questions and discussions. Always happy to share. Okay.